It's 4 o'clock in Jonesboro and across northeast Arkansas, where several counties are now under a burn ban, several others under a red flag warning, and all counties dealing with conditions ripe for fires to spread. We'll tell you why officials are saying don't burn, and we'll tell you what happened when a few people did in Craighead County today. That's all in your New Wave Wireless weather forecast, as we also will discuss the conditions and just how dry they're going to stay. Plus, Congressman Rick Crawford is going to be on NEA Report 1 week from today. Details on that. DUI campaigns ramping up across the state of Arkansas. Some graduates getting acknowledgement at A-State. Net neutrality, details on how that could affect you, plus exclusive footage from Shop of the Cop. And yes, we got Christmas gifts to give away. All the news is next.
Now, Stan Morris reporting.
Thanks, everybody, for deciding to stay informed with NEA Report tonight. We're so very glad to have you in with us, and we want to start out with the conditions across northeast Arkansas. Now several burn bans across NEA, and we are looking at conditions right now that are ripe for fires to spread. In fact, at Craighead County, crews dealt with several this afternoon. 900 block of Willow Oak Circle was one of the first that they had to respond to, an out-of-control grass fire that got very close to a structure, according to E911 Director Jeff Presley. Following that, one that became even more of a problem for crews happened at the 2300 block of South Culber House, a grass fire out of control. No burning was the plea from the 911 director, because a short time later, we see exactly what one of those out-of-control fires could lead to. The South Culber House 2300 block was shut down as several fire units were on the scene. When they have to start running their hoses across the road, they have to start shutting down roads. And they had to shut that one down to try to prevent conditions from potentially worsening in the area with the fire spreading. It's led to a special type of alert in northeast Arkansas that we're going to tell you about now. It's called a red flag warning. It's not something many of us here in northeast Arkansas are too familiar with, and it's not something that a lot of people exactly are surprised to see when they learn of the definition. You see, it's a warning that tells people it's a bad idea to be burning, and with the dry conditions across northeast Arkansas over the past several weeks, it's no surprise that your New Wave Wireless weather forecast is including a caution if you're deciding to burn. Of course, that caution was in effect for today, and for what's left of this afternoon. We don't know if another one will be issued tomorrow, but based on today, I mean, there's always that possibility. Let's run through the forecast from the home of the $49 iPhone screen repair. That's New Wave. Starting out with this, this afternoon, what's left of it anyway, we're going to see a couple of clouds start to roll in as we move into the evening. We have a breezy sort of set of conditions today, with the gusts being up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, winds will go down just a tad. They'll drop to 10 to 15 miles per hour with partly cloudy skies and a low around 35. For your Tuesday, sunny with a high near 44. It looks like the low tomorrow night's going to drop down to around 28 degrees with mostly clear skies. Winds will also start to calm down tomorrow evening as well. Then on Wednesday, sunny with a high near 53. Winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, maybe 10 to 15 by the afternoon. So again, conditions starting to become ripe for those fires to spread. For Wednesday night, mostly clear. The low will go down to around 35. Then on Thursday, sunny with a high near 48. Winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, mostly cloudy on Thursday night, becoming mostly sunny by the time Friday rolls around. 29 Thursday night, by the way. Friday, mostly sunny. A few clouds out and about with a high near 46. The low drops down to 34. There's actually a slight chance of rain in the forecast for Saturday night, by the way. Not Friday night, Saturday night. 20% chance, but who knows by the time we roll around to Saturday if that'll even still be in the forecast. We've got a special event to tell you about that's happening next Monday on NEA Report. We're going to be doing a live virtual town hall with U.S. Congressman from the 1st District of Arkansas, Rick Crawford. He agreed to the town hall. Actually, we've been talking about it for a few weeks and got an email back at the end of last week to confirm the date. It will take place at 1:30 p.m. right here on the NEA Report Facebook page on Monday, December 18th. That's 1 week from today. It's a virtual town hall, so to speak. So you can submit your questions live, or you can post them right now Send them to us if you'd like. Post them on the post regarding the town hall right here. We'll find them. And we will ask your questions to the congressman. Of course, myself will be the moderator, Stan Morris, and we will go through as many questions as we can get answered on the congressman's time. Looking forward to that. Again, that's taking place next Monday at 1:30 p.m. It's going to be a special live broadcast right here on NEA Report. Hope to see you there. Arkansas State Police sent out the release today. Drive sober or get pulled over. It's part of their campaign to hopefully help reduce traffic deaths and intoxicated drivers over the holiday season, something that takes place every year. But the numbers are really startling. We'll show you those right now. State police and other agencies are participating. You're going to start to see this news trickle down across the different police agencies over the next few days. But it's taking place across the natural state. The patrols increase between December 13th and January 1st, and don't be surprised if there are a few roadblocks out there too, at least a few. We always see Craighead and Independence County participate in said roadblocks. So of the numbers, get this, traffic crashes in 2016 killed 37,461 people. It's maybe the biggest threat to life for a human being, or one of them in modern day America. Here's the startling part of that. I couldn't believe this until I looked at the numbers today. Of those numbers, 28% involved a driver who was legally drunk. That's over the 0.08 blood alcohol limit. And sometimes we see people double and triple that because they've been getting boozed up all night. It's cool to get boozed up if you want to, right? Go ahead, have fun. But don't do it and get behind a wheel. Just don't. There's so many options now. You really have no excuse. And to be quite honest with you, we're in talks to maybe consider a drunk tank section or something that highlights people who repeatedly do this, because sometimes the same people 5, 6, 7 times they're just making these terrible decisions, and eventually they'll kill somebody. I myself was driving home one night from working. In front of me, a drunk driver swerves around me and crashes into a couple, and then gets out of the vehicle and takes off running. I stayed there until the authorities arrived, but literally, you know, he swerved right around me, and if you drive, it could be you, it could be your family, it could be your daughter. Use a cab, use Uber. Don't drink and drive, and if you see somebody that's possibly or probably drunk, you know they're driving all over the road, call 911 on them. You know, tell the 911 operator, I think this person's drunk. If they're not, they're swerving all over the road, they probably don't need to be driving. You might end up being the reason somebody's life gets saved. Anyway, drive sober or get pulled over kicks off December 13th, runs through January 1st. Hopefully, we can make a positive impact on Arkansas with this campaign. Got to send out a big congratulations this week to 1,474 people, or at least that's how many hands grabbed diplomas at Arkansas State University over the weekend. And here's a photo of just a few of them. Big congratulations to the class that got to hear the very first speech that was conferred by Kelly Damphus, the new Arkansas State University Chancellor. 1,474 received diplomas during the fall graduation ceremony at First National Bank Arena. That happened on Saturday morning. First commencement for the new A-State Chancellor. Graduates from 6 colleges, including agriculture, engineering and technology, business, education and behavioral science, liberal arts and communication, nursing and health, science and mathematics. They received doctorate, bachelor, master, specialist, and associate's degrees. So if you graduated, good job at all the work. Now apply for a job with NEA Report. We've got more news coming up after the break right here on NEA Report. But first, let's take a trip abroad to hear from our soldiers who are serving while we're enjoying the holiday freedoms here at home, and they're sacrificing for us abroad. Thanks to Car Today. Greetings from the troops.
Hello, I'm Staff Sergeant Autumn Turner, and I'm stationed at Camp Bonsdale, Kosovo, and I would like to wish my sons, Andrew and Aaron, in Desert, Arkansas, a happy Thanksgiving and a very Merry Christmas. I miss you and I love you.
Janice, Chloe, Sam, want to wish you a Merry Christmas. Look forward to seeing you very soon. And also, I'd like to say Merry Christmas to my church family, First Baptist, Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Family Medical Clinic of Walnut Ridge and Bono are your neighborhood healthcare providers, and we're now accepting new patients. We know you have a tight schedule, so we're here 6 days a week at both locations from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Walk-ins are welcome. In Walnut Ridge, stop by 1045 West Main Street or call us to make an appointment, 886-8300. In Bono, we're on Highway 63 North or call 930-9990. Walnut Ridge Family Medical Clinic and Bono Family Medical Clinic, here for you when you need us.
If you're a business owner, gaining new customers and retaining them is your top priority and biggest hurdle. Today, 85% of customers search online or look for you on social media. Do you have an effective strategy to reach them? At Ace One, we will customize a digital marketing strategy comprising of social media, web, and video marketing that fits your budget. Our dedicated account managers will work with you to create engaging campaigns, covering all digital media outlets. Ace One, your partner in digital marketing. Contact us today.
There are new rules this week expected from the FCC that most in the tech world are concerned about. It relates to net neutrality, and specifically the FCC saying that net neutrality is necessarily no longer going to be as strict or even a thing. The worry is that this FCC head, appointed by Donald Trump, is going to allow internet service providers to, in essence, not be neutral anymore. That's what net neutrality means. In other words, they're going to decide or get to decide, if they so choose to perhaps charge more or charge for certain tiers that allow you to access things like Netflix or Facebook or, in a certain world where it happens, NEA Report, because we stream content to you through your, most cases, cell phone or internet service provider. It might mean that you have to pay to access certain types of information. In other words, it's just going to mean that consumers or customers end up having to pay more. And those of us that are in the informed part of the technology world and that are also being honest with you are generally not masking this as something that could be good for the consumer. It's not. It could be good for some big corporations that want to charge more and make more money based on innovation that comes from others who happen to use more bandwidth to deliver their content. That would be where we might fall in. It's one of the reasons why Northeast Arkansas News came by NEA Report recently and interviewed us as part of their story. They filed this story last week. I do want to mention that because they make reference to the net neutrality rules happening this week, and we are already in this week. But this story comes from NEA Report, from our friends there, and we hope that you will give it some consideration.
Beginning next week, your internet service provider could charge you more depending on what sites you visit and how much content you upload.
It will depend on whether the FCC votes to keep or repeal net neutrality. Northeast Arkansas' Simone Jamison has more on what it means for you.
The FCC's net neutrality and common carrier laws require that internet service providers allow free and equal internet access for all users, regardless of how much data you use or content you post.
The internet service provider has to treat all of their customers the same. They have to treat a big company like Netflix, which uses a large amount of their bandwidth. They have to charge them the same amount as they do a startup company that uses very little of their bandwidth.
FCC Chairman Ajit Pai wants to remove net neutrality altogether, arguing it would increase competition and innovation on the web. Removing net neutrality would allow ISPs to charge users that use more bandwidth more money, and also allow ISPs to block users from certain websites or stifle their internet access and speed. The FCC's potential reversal of net neutrality can change the landscape of the commercial internet as we know it, affecting personal and business use of the web for everyone from small business owners to students outside of the classroom. Those who stand the most to lose from this net neutrality repeal will be local organizations and startup businesses. Stan Morris, who created the web-based media company NEA Report, believes removing net neutrality will take away his voice on the web, as well as the thousands of viewers he's built online.
Our business exists and thrives based on people being able to receive our information without having to pay for it. If people have to pay for what we're doing, it changes our entire dynamic. If someone may at some point have to pay to access a website that provides video service or video news, it changes everything. And at that point, we don't know what we're going to have to do next to survive.
The FCC will make their official vote on whether to keep or remove net neutrality on December 14th. Whatever vote they take will be in effect for the next 5 to 10 years. I'm Simone Jameson for Northeast Arkansas News.
It was a very special event that happened on Saturday morning, and if you were at Chick-fil-A or Academy Sports, then you might have seen a little bit of the fun. We're talking about Shop with a Cop, and here's some photos, videos actually, live photos if you will, of the fun that was taking place, along with some royalty-free music to play in the background. I can hear myself over that. So the kids were shopping around. They each got a gift card to go through Academy Sports. You could see some of them picking out some of the big items. Oh my gosh, look at all that kid. That kid stocked up. I imagine they had to go ahead and do a little math at the end of that trip. But a lot of the kids were all smiles, and they couldn't wait to pose for pictures too. Look at this. Speak of exactly what I was talking about. It's like I knew what was on the way. So it is the giving season, that's for sure. And these children had a blast, but you got to say something about the officers participating too. Look at the smiles, right? I mean, officers oftentimes are interacting with people in a tense situation. It's not always everyone's best moment, but in this type of setting, it absolutely was. Kids got to take a look. You know, I'm sure there weren't any GoPro cameras bought, although I would have bought a couple if I couldn't. But nonetheless, the smiles were big. All the kids had a blast. They enjoyed making some new friends. We even heard from somebody on our Facebook page that said that their child came home and couldn't stop talking about their brand new police buddy. But we know from firsthand experience, some of the officers went home and talked about their new buddies too. Congrats to everyone that was involved. We decided we would do something special and cool and fun for the holidays, with it being a time of the year where, you know, everybody wants to give gifts and share in the fun and all that stuff, but sometimes it's a little bit difficult to make ends meet around this time of the year. So we've got a contest just for a family out there that needs a little bit extra under the tree. And you can enter, anybody can enter that wants to, but we want the gift to go to somebody that needs it. And so if you win and you don't need it, we would ask you to make it happen for somebody that does need it. Give it to them. It's the Christmas bag giveaway from NEA Report. And it's really simple. I'm going to show you the bag here in just a second. You'll see all the prizes we've got on the inside of it, and we're adding more. What we're going to do is 1 week from today, maybe give or take an extra day or so, we'll say next Tuesday, we'll announce a winner. And here's how you enter. Very simple. Watch our live newscast, which you're doing right now. Presumably you're watching live. If you watch tape, that's nice too. Comment during the live newscast. Every day that you comment during the live broadcast will earn you an entry to win this. So if you watch every single day, you can get up to, what, 6 entries, 5 entries, maybe? Something like that. And it'll have a little red dot next to your name if you comment while we're live. So that's how we're going to know if you got entered to win. Let's take a look at some of the goodies, okay? So here we go with the NEA Report Bag of Goodies giveaway for Christmas. This includes a lot of different stuff, and it's going to have a lot more added to it as we go forward, but we've got a block builder's kit here, courtesy of Full Sun Gifts on Southwest Drive in Jonesboro. So grateful to them for making this really cool donation here. Look at that. How neat is that? A construction site for your kids. We've got stuff maybe the adults would like. Some earbuds, some headphones, a few USB drives. Maybe we'll keep one of those. A few pair of gloves. Even a multi-charger thing. Stuff for the adults, thanks to St. Bernard's Healthcare. We've got a digital copy of Batman v Superman, because if you've got the bag, you have to have the movie, right? For the kids, more stuff, Ninja Turtles, some others inside. We've got a pair of Sasha Banks glasses for you WWE fans, a Batman action figure, the Dark Knight himself, and a giant head mask. I'm not sure why this pair of Arkansas is in there. Those are not part of the giveaway. Those are mine. But all of this stuff, plus some more stuff, all is going to be added into the bag, and we're going to give that away to one lucky family that needs it. The only qualification is you have to tell us you need it. You have to need it. It's not just for fun. This is for somebody that needs an extra bag of stuff for Christmas to put under the tree. And so, watch NEA Report, Stan Morris reporting, and every day, every night that you watch, say hello to us. If you say hello, you're going to be entered to win. We'll reach out to one lucky winner before Christmas, and they'll get the bag. See, there's more stuff in there too. More to be added. Let's take one final look at your weather forecast, and don't forget those red flag warnings still in effect for Northeast Arkansas. Actually, a few burn bans having been issued out there in some of the counties across NEA as well. But generally speaking, not a day to burn. If you have a chance, do it later in the week or just avoid it right now. As this red flag warning we've told you about, it's in effect until 6 p.m. tonight. That means conditions are ripe for fires to spread, and we don't want that to happen, as it's already been the case in Jonesboro to the degree that a special statement was issued by the Weather Service. I'm going to read that one to you, at least read part of it to you right now because it's pretty lengthy, but it says that between right now and 6 p.m., winds are going to be shifting westerly and then northwesterly after 6 p.m. They're out of the southwest or have been most of the afternoon. That means that those fires that may be out there still smoldering, if there are any, they could shift direction. Just be careful. No rainfall is expected to come in with this front. Several counties are in effect under a burn ban right now. The red flag warning is in effect for other counties. In other words, outdoor burning is not recommended for today. Weather conditions are going to improve a little bit later on, which include the humidity values. That's according to the statement. But it mentions that portions of Jonesboro's metropolitan area, especially the southwest portions of the city near Interstate 555 and Southwest Drive, have experienced some out-of-control grass fires that have spread. We saw Culver House was shut down for a short time this afternoon. If you're out and driving and you do see a fire, definitely alert the authorities. It could spread pretty bad today. All right, so the weather forecast for tonight, a few clouds are actually going to roll in, so you may not be able to see as clear of a sky as you might think from the graphic there. The low drops down to 35. Humidity is going to increase. Thankfully, we need that. Winds still around 10 to 15. Then sunny tomorrow with a high near 44. 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. Mostly clear tomorrow night. The low drops down to 28. We're still going through the cold phase on Wednesday with a high near 53 and sunny skies, 35 for the low. And then Thursday, sunny with a high near 48. Friday, sunny with a high near 46. Actually, mostly sunny. There's a couple of clouds that may roll in on Friday. You might even see a sprinkle or two late Saturday night. But it's a very, very small chance of that happening, right? Okay, everybody, thanks for joining us here today on NEA Report. We'll invite you to join us back tomorrow for more news from Northeast Arkansas. Remember, we're here every day at 4 with News Live, and as news breaks out, we'll break in to bring you the very latest on NEA Report. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.